Hey everyone. While we're still waiting for the final tally, I wanted to be in touch about the election and to share some observations on the results that we're seeing so far. Specifically, the stock market's reaction to those results, since the reaction may seem counterintuitive. On election day, the market did really well, with the S&P gaining almost 2%. And yesterday, Wednesday, was really notable. The S&P gained more than 2%, and the Nasdaq index, which is heavily weighted toward big tech stocks, gained almost 4%. That trend seems to be continuing today. I say these results are counterintuitive because, as a general rule, markets hate uncertainty, and not knowing who will be running the country seems like the ultimate uncertainty. So I'll try to explain what I think we're seeing. But before I do that, I'll add the caveat that I hesitate to talk about the market as if it's a single entity. Prices in the stock market reflect the sum total of millions of investors' decisions. And remember that for every buyer, there's a seller. So we have to be careful about generalizing. But still, there are sometimes overriding themes. And so at the risk of overgeneralizing, we can look at how some of those themes drove the market on Tuesday and Wednesday and into this morning. So let's start with Tuesday, election day. Why would the market go up before there were even any results at all? This seems hard to explain. My guess is that it was just a sense of relief that we were going to finally see some resolution on at least one of the open questions in this unusually difficult year. More specifically, with the election behind us, there's the belief that Washington will get back to work and hopefully deliver a new stimulus bill. Both parties had been negotiating this before the election, but my guess is that neither wanted to give the other party any kind of victory before the election. But now, most people believe that they will get back to work on a new stimulus bill, and that would be very positive for the economy and by extension for the stock market. So that was Tuesday. Now let's look at Wednesday. Why was it that the market continued to go up and even gained steam even as the vote counting dragged into the next day? The explanation here, I think, is a little clearer. Even though we didn't have an answer about the White House, what we did get was certainty about Congress. The things would be status quo, with the Democrats controlling the House, the Republicans controlling the Senate. So regardless of which way the presidency goes, we'll continue to have divided government. Coming back to the principle that markets don't like uncertainty, divided government is good for the stock market because it means, frankly, that less gets done in terms of new legislation. From a civic point of view, that might be a bad thing, but for the stock market, it's a good thing. That's when the stock market historically has delivered its best returns. Let's look at a few examples. If you look at the industries that did particularly well yesterday, they include two that have been in the crosshairs for new regulation: healthcare and technology. Healthcare, because a divided government means significant new reform is off the table for now, and technology, because it means that recent rumblings about new regulation and even breaking up some of the biggest companies are probably also off the table. As a result, we saw health insurers like Cigna and Anthem gain more than 10% yesterday. And in technology, Apple gained 4%, Amazon 6%, and Facebook 8%. So that's what I think we saw yesterday, and we're seeing a continuation of that today, as I said. But let me end by cautioning that this is today. Everything can change again tomorrow or the next day. For starters, the Trump campaign is asking for recounts in some states. So there could be a few more twists and turns before this election is really in the books. And then there's always the reality that the thing that really moves the stock market is the thing that people aren't currently paying much attention to at all, the thing that catches us by surprise, like a virus that comes out of left field. So that's why my advice remains the same. Make a financial plan that will serve your needs regardless of what's happening from day to day or from election to election. As always, please reach out with questions or concerns.